Joe, Pam, Sadie, just a quick follow-up video. Wanted to maybe get a little more detailed about some of the fun stuff that goes on with the exterior walk-around so that you're a little more aware. So, Sadie, grab mom, grab dad, get them over here. Let's check this thing out. We talked about the stainless wraps. These pivot out so that we can handle all of that fun taking care of the aluminum. It's all about polishing the aluminum. But these can be buffed. These can be brushed out so that when you resell this bad boy and you buy that 30-footer, these stainless steel wraps might be a good call to replace those, because that's like the jewelry on the Airstream, and that'll allow you to, let's say, I don't know, take it to the next level when you're trading in. I expect to see you. Now, I like how these work as awnings. So you have, this is all tempered glass and they're jalousie type windows. You've got a triple catch on these. So that's the whole thing about all of that beautiful air that's going to be able to move through that Airstream. This is all of course, that's the Lexan wraps. That's what provides certainly the look, but also the protection for your Airstream. You have a 30 amp input here. What that will allow you to do is go find those generators that make sense. When I say generators, a lot of our folks out there are cross-referencing, say, a pair of 2,000 watt Hondas or Yamahas. That will allow you to stay off grid, and because those power up on demand, they're quiet, they're portable, makes a lot of sense. Dual deep cell batteries. That's a game changer as far as, I mean, because I've got travel trailers here that are 40 feet in length and they have one battery. And when we get inside, I want to just mention once again that inverter system. Now, the Barker system is your leveling system. It is your jack system. It is also your lift system. What I mean by that, when we pull the vehicle in here and we lock it into place, then all of a sudden I now have that body of work here. If I raise this, I'm going to pull the back end of the truck and the Airstream up, which gives us a little of this. Well, then when my sway control goes into those cradles, which are about 30 inches back, and we drop that thing back down, guess what? We're on a level playing field. I know you're pulling with that monster truck, which, if you're doing that 1 hour jaunt, no reason really to employ those that sway control, the torsion bars, until you maybe have that big trip planned. But this really helps make it the ease of operation. We've got 60 pounds of propane. That certainly will allow you to go off grid for a while, but not only that, with what you will employ with the propane, because you have a quick access, a quick disconnect, we can do the little grill out here. We can do maybe a space heater, something that makes a little bit of sense. But you have this beautiful propane source, makes all the sense in the world. Now, just a quick walk around. We talked about the wraps. We also talked about you have an undermount storage system for that sewer hose. But this is what I love. All of your septic, which by the way, you have a light here. So LED lamps here, LED lamps for the hit system. Where you need that light is, it's at your fingertips, because I got to tell you, I'm hoping you guys will be doing that long drive. So when you're setting up, you have light for the business end of what you got to do. But what we talked about is on the 25, your septic system is in front of the dual axles. That's a cool thing, because not only from the ease of maintenance and all of that stuff, but you're protecting that PVC tubing. Kind of smart. Sadie, the outdoor shower, it's for you, girl. This is the hot water, this is the cold water. So after you get done with your swim in the lake, come on over, we got to take care of business. And we can shut that off, and once again, it is the hot and cold. Your potable water is locked. By the way, on this is just with an access to I guess a drinking hose or a garden hose, which we can come off of our fresh water. but also it's got a burp valve, so you'll know it's filled when you get that backlash. So maybe, Pam, you make sure that Joe is the first one to fill this up, because he's going to know it, I think. Then you have the business end here. This is the inlet for your fresh water, so I call it city water. But what we talked about is, because Airstream puts an internal regulator system in there, I don't have to worry about PVC tubes going down or anything like that. The black water flush system, we talked a little bit about how we go through the whole process of the septic. What I mean by that is, I always start with the hose in the ground and then come back too, because this is the business end. And by the way, when we put that septic or when we put the sewer hose into the ground, do me a favor, cover that in some way. Normally there'll be a metal plate that'll come down on top of the hose, but above and beyond that, you want to make sure that that's covered, so if you do pull the black water, you don't get any jumps. No cleanup on aisle 3, clean hands. So that is with the black water system. This is your access to your refrigerator. You have a condensation drip valve here. One thing I will point out, and I will go over this it is plugged into an actual 110 outlet or electric resource directly under here. If you ever have an issue inside where one of those LED lights is not illuminated, even before maybe checking the breaker box, you can come out here and just make sure you're plugged in. Smart move. The Dexter axle system. I'm going to make a notation about this because this is my follow-up video. Keep your air pressure on your tires consistent. It's real simple. You got 4 wheels on the vehicle, you got 4 wheels back here, you've got no lube hubs, never adjust brakes, so really this system, even though we probably will take it for granted because it's the best in the business, but keeping our air pressure where it needs to be is helping not only our gas mileage, but it's helping us when we roll down the road. Now, I love this. This is the Radius Airstream windows. We have the beautiful rain guards. My point here is that with these Jalousie types, while we have this beautiful awning system, this also provides, if you will, mini awnings for all of that, all of the not only the UV protection, but also if we got some rain. A lot of these other trailers out here have slider mechanisms, not Airstream. They manufacture their own windows. Airstream is all about, let's let that light in, baby. Now you have your access for your 30 amp service. You have your access here for TV and satellite. You might want to remember about 15 to 20 foot of coax cable, because a lot of these beautiful parks you're going to be staying at, I'm going to be able to hook that little bit of coax up to the so-called tree that will have your water, electric, your sewer, all that. And then what I can do is power up if you need 100 channels of TV, they got them for you. Your stabilizer system are on all 4 corners. Think about if you're going to be doing that boondocking off-grid thing, you've got a plate which is beautiful from the standpoint of it's a ball jack. But if you need to increase the footprint, if you're on soft ground, you can do that with a 2x4, or you can do it with the fun stuff we have in our parts department. A couple more things. Come on around. The business end, I mean that, of the Airstream. You've got the beautiful panoramic wraps. I want to make a quick notation though about the lighting. LED lighting. What does that mean? Guess what? That means longevity, of course, but all of the exterior lights, all of the running lamps, all of the interior lights, all LED. The bottom line there is you're using very little power. So if you're stopping with this thing and you're grabbing a sandwich, turn the lights on, turn the music on, enjoy, because that's how Airstreams are built. You have that dual axle also. Now we've got a trunk. I love a trunk. This will be, you'll determine what is best for you as far as your storage. Even a sewer hose where you don't have to bend over, it's right here. Then of course all of your water hoses, any of your leveling blocks. It's just a great access point, and I have to tell you, And then down the road, you might want to add a bike rack. Fiamma from Italy does the bike racks for Airstream, and they are spectacular. Come on around. Just, you know, the awning, Pam, you're going to be able to put this awning out by yourself in under a couple minutes. I love what Zipty does. I love the Airstream doors. We talked about this because you can still let all that beautiful light in, but yet from the standpoint of how these things are built, they are, you know, it does not get any better than this as far as how this is manufactured. They capture the door, everything is cool. A couple of things to point out: exterior lighting, LED lamps, so that if I've got my keys to get in, I can have that little access lamp there. We've got exterior lamps that will light up the entire process, and we have certainly our access as far as storage. So I wanted to do that quick walk around to update you on what goes on the Airstream. Let's just do a quick walkthrough on the inside. Okay guys, welcome home. How cool is this? 25 foot. Now, we just received your covers. So we've got the leather, we're good to go. So we're going to switch out the cushions here in the Ultra Black, and we're going with the, I believe we're going to do the gold, which is beautiful. Keep in mind some of the fun stuff. You've got the vented overhead AC, you've got all this beautiful LED lighting, you've got all that light that pours in. But the bottom line with the 25 is you've got space, you've got room to roam. Someday you might take those grandkids, but first of all, Sadie's going to have a beautiful place to hang out. All of this leather's going to take the abuse. I just wanted to, you know, just quickly point out that in the 25 footer, from a living standpoint, most of what you will be doing is going to be out the back. In other words, what I mean by that is when you pull into that beautiful campsite with the panoramic windows, this probably is going to be the tree line, the creek, the pond, the lake, the ocean. How about that? How cool is this setup? And with all of this light pouring in and your quick access outside, yes, the master bedroom being located in front, well, that's a good thing, because with all of the UV protection from what I call the sunglasses, the Lexan, it's probably going to be the coolest place on the planet. But I wanted to just point out that this sets up beautifully from the standpoint of the galley, the L-shaped seating area here, dropping the table into position and moving the cushions so we can create an open living environment. 2 TVs, I think, Pam, I told you, while you're watching NFL, Joe's going to be in back watching Gone with the Wind. It's a beautiful thing. Once again, guys, the best thing I can tell you is welcome home. Guys, I want to thank you once again for all of your time. Certainly it's been, I really have enjoyed the process with you guys. Please give me a shout out if you need me. Area code 614-279-8880. Or you can reach me via email, eric@haydocy.com. I'm going to be tracking you down. And I look forward to our next communication. 2 things. Enjoy the journey, but most of all, happy camping.